Hello, I am drinking my coffee. This time I'm not going to paint with it. I'm going to drink all of it. I'm halfway through. It's a cappuccino, a real treat. And actually, this is a real treat too. 15 minutes of fun, drawing fun, a little drawing party together with all of you. It was really amazing to see all the art that people were making yesterday with their coffees. Those who were drinking herbal tea, they were trying to paint with that too. That is really hard because it's like painting with water, basically. Luckily, there's always watercolors. And speaking of watercolors, just a few days ago, I used a color and I couldn't remember what color it was. I think it's this one. Emerald. I'm not sure, but anyway, that's what I made that background wash with. Today, I want to draw some art tools because we have lots of art tools around us, most of us. And if you don't, then at least you have a bunch of pens for sure. Or, of course, you can draw your coffee because, well, we learned yesterday that you can definitely use that as paint. I see that Hans Christian yesterday did a live stream about sketching with coffee, inspired by my live drawing party yesterday. I love that. Let's share all the inspiration and get as many people as possible to draw with us. So while I sip my coffee and while I adjust my camera, go grab a few tools. Maybe you have a jar of tools around, a jar of brushes or something. I grabbed a bunch of, I'm going to adjust this right now. I grabbed a bunch of watercolor tubes, these here. I don't think I can put them all in view as I am drawing them because I want my drawing to be in view. But let me give you just a little bit of time while I am also organizing myself here. Go grab some stuff. Maybe you have some paint tubes. Maybe you have a bunch of colored pencils, perhaps. You can, of course, grab a bunch of pens and then draw each pen with one of the other pens. And then when you have drawn with one of the pens, then draw that pen with another pen. Does that make sense at all? Sounds very confusing. Anyway, grab something to draw with. Any tool will do. I think I will draw with my Lamy Safari with a nib B today. I'm going to arrange my tubes. Yesterday we did this one. It still makes me super happy, and it also makes me really happy that a lot of people are still sharing their caffeinated art. So keep on sharing that, and I'll try and find all of it. I'm not promising that I can give feedback on each and every single one, but when I see it and when I catch it, I love it. Just so you know. If you are sharing what you make in these sessions, then use the hashtag SBS Drawing Party, because then it's easier to find for me what you have been making, what you're making, and also then other people can see, hey, there's a cool hashtag, I want to join in, because we want as many people as possible to join this lovely arty party. So I'm trying to arrange these tubes in a way that makes sense. Just actually tossing them down the table is, I think, that actually does make most sense. Look at this one. Why do I keep this? I can just see that I can't even open it. I've tried with my teeth. I think this is the last time I will use this, and just for actually drawing it. So, okay, I'm not going to fiddle around. I am going to draw. If you have any friends who like drawing or who maybe think they can't, have them join. Share our tag, Sketchbook Skool, and see if they want to join. Because it's fun to make art together. That way it's more motivating and more fun. All right, I'll just start at the top and work my way down in the drawing. And again, I put the camera, the phone right there, so I can't really see well on my page. The sacrifices I make for you guys. No, I'm just kidding. It's fine. I can look around it and it's okay. I like the juiciness of this, the flow of this pen. It always gives me some extra joy drawing with this one. Also the color, the bright pink. I said it a week ago. I said everything is better in pink. And I didn't even realize that I actually really think that is true. So that was a very inspiring quote for myself, by myself. I was taking out all these art supplies. I was actually taking out a box that I have with all these tubes with watercolor. Because as you do, if you are trying new things and if you are learning new techniques like watercoloring, you start buying stuff. So I have quite a collection of different brands of watercolors, and I think by now some of them might have dried out, but I think with watercolors that's actually not even such a big problem because you can always dilute with water. But I think I'm going to go through the whole pile, and I was actually opening it because this weekend there's a gouache workshop at Sketchbook Skool. It's sold out. It was sold out within 2 days. Amazing. But yeah, I am not, I don't use gouache that often. I dabbled with it a little bit. I tried some of it last weekend. And now this weekend, we're gonna learn from August Wren. Look her up. If you don't know who she is, look her up on Instagram after this session, August Wren. She makes amazing things, also with watercolors. So I was looking to see what I actually have to use during the workshop, if I actually have something, because I'm taking the workshop as a student. So I might actually need to get some stuff for it. I don't think so. I have all the brushes that I need. I have a stack of tubes, and I was just going to find out, do I have more? And then I found out that I have a lot of these small tubes of watercolor paint that I actually never use. So I'm trying to think, maybe I can donate some of the, not those really worn out ones, but I have some that are almost full that I won't be using because I chose a different color that I like using in my palette, or, just forgetting about it and then, apparently not really needing it. So I might actually donate some of my art supplies. I'll need to find a good way to do that. And that's how you keep yourself busy, right? I am almost done with my arrangement of watercolors here. I think I will add a little bit of hatching because there's lots of wrinkles and bits in these tubes, especially the ones that are like almost empty. Everything has been, all the juice has been squeezed out of it. And with just some lines, some simple hatching lines, you can create some texture, some shading, stuff like that. And as you can see, I'm using the other side of the nib of my pen, and that allows me to make thinner lines, much thinner lines than with the nib itself. It's a very, very versatile tool, the fountain pen. I wonder if I should actually add a little bit of color. I think I should because, you know, these tubes are super colorful. So maybe I will add just a quick tiny bit of watercolor in just a minute. And I can do that because I have waterproof ink in my fountain pen. Not all fountain pen ink is waterproof. So you really need to be careful if you want to add wet media like watercolor. If you have been drawing with a fountain pen, or find a waterproof ink that is suitable for fountain pens. Not all ink is suitable because it might actually destroy your pen, like India ink. Never, ever, ever use that in your fountain pen. That is just really, really a bad idea because it will clog your pen. There's chemicals in there that will actually destroy the material of your pen. And I think there's also a binder in there that just really clogs it all up. So don't do that. The brand that I use most often is, luckily I am sitting next to my art supply stash. Let me see if I can find it. This is what I'm using, carbon ink. It is pitch black and very juicy and very, well, it is waterproof. And then there's also, well, I have a blue one here, but the document ink from Dia Trementis comes in many colors. And that is also suitable for your fountain pen. That's a lesson fountain pen stuff for you. Okay, let me just quickly, I have a little bit of water left in this brush, so I'll have to do it with that. And I don't want to take lots of time. I have my teeny tiny watercolor set here, which is a vintage metal box. It's from Winsor & Newton. I cannot tell you where to buy it because you can't buy it anymore. It used to belong to my grandfather, and I inherited it, which is a fantastic thing, of course, because now I can actually use it and make good use of something that is also used a lot by my grandfather, who I think I got some creative genes from. That's what I believe. I am not going to put a lot of detail in here. I'm just going to add a few bits of color, and I'm taking out a little bit of the color because there's some shiny bits here and I don't want it to be a flat area. Let's see if I can mimic that crazy bluish greenish color that is actually not in my palette. That's on this tube. Yeah, that's a good color. Again, I should have kept a little bit of a highlight like I did here, but who cares? It's all good. There's a bright yellow here. And then another bit of yellow here. That's actually gouache, this one. Bit of red. And then with some blue, we are almost done with this one. I always love drawing art supplies because I have loads of them and they're also always close by. So if I don't know what to draw, I just draw art supplies. It's also a great way to overcome that idea of what should I draw? Or the very first page in a new sketchbook. Just draw a few art supplies. It's a light subject. It's a fun subject because who doesn't love art supplies? And it's a safe subject because you can make it as hard or as simple as you want. So I added a little bit of shadow. So these tubes actually are sitting on the table. I like the result, and I actually really like the whole process of it. So let me show you. These are the tubes, and these are the tubes. You can hardly tell the difference, can you? Okay. Have you been drawing some art supplies? I sure hope so. If you haven't, do it. Take 20 minutes, 15 minutes today and draw a bunch of art supplies. Maybe add some color to bring a little bit of color today in your day. It is Friday, so I hope you will have a fantastic weekend. Make lots of art because it's good for you. It will make you feel good. And I hope I see you back on Monday because then I will be back here for another drawing party together with you. I'll see you then. Bye.